Welcome to the JALTCALL podcast. I'm your host for the day, Geoff Carr, and I'm joined by Brian Gallagher at Meiji University and Luc Gougeon at Sojo University. Hi, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Jeff. Hey, everybody.
Doing great. Well, today we are talking about CALL SIG presentation themes at PANSIG 2025. And to get into that, I think we need to begin with talking about exactly what PANSIG 2025 is. Most of you who are listening will know that PANSIG this year is a conference going to be hosted at Kanda University of International Studies May 16th to the 18th, so it's coming right up next week. It's in Chiba, so for anybody who's in central Japan, especially the Tokyo area, it's going to be really easy to access right next to the Chiba Lotte Marine Stadium. Guys, both of you have been to PANSIG many times. Uh, how would you describe the PANSIG conference?
I will let Brian answer that one because I've actually never been to PANSIG.
What?
I'm
My
so
goodness, I'm
sorry.
sorry. I had no idea.
I've
I'm terribly sorry, gentlemen.
I've been PANSIG like quite a lot. So PANSIG is a collection of all of JALT's special interest groups all together, and so it's a good chance for people from any group to come along and have a look into other groups to see what they're doing, to maybe join in with another group. Maybe there's like some similar kind of like interests. PANSIG is the second ranking conference after JALT International in size. I think they probably have about 250 to 300 presentations that go over the weekend. I think Fridays are workshops, and then Saturday, Sundays are presentations, and there's keynote speakers, and there's usually some good social events at it as well. This year there's baseball. I'm going to the baseball. Jenny Roloff Rothman is in charge down at the site there. But yeah, PANSIG's a very good conference. It's not a massive conference, but there's still quite a lot. There's quite a lot to see.
Go ahead, Luke.
If I'm not wrong, the theme will be agency and autonomy and language learning this year. So I think it's a really good theme for all the teachers here in Japan and from around the world.
That'll be really interesting. I've always found PANSIG to be, despite its size, as you mentioned, Brian, a really intimate conference where you can sit down and find people to talk to from your own area of interest, but also from such a wide variety of other interests that it's really just fun. I always come home from PANSIG feeling like I've learned some things that I don't know that I could have learned somewhere else.
Yeah,
it's a great conference.
So this year, the kind of like one of the main elements of it is a showcase on self-access learning centers. So they're going to have universities from all over, including Sojo Saitama,
Yes.
Nihon University College, Otemon, Gakuin, Ritsumeikan, Soka, Reitaku, Gifu Shotoku, Chiba University, and there's also going to be one, the National Autonomous University of Mexico. They're specially
nice.
invited, so there's going to be an entire floor designated to the setups that these different places have for the kind of students' support.
And for people who don't know, Kanda as one of the best self-access learning center within Japan, and actually Sojo University, most of the staff who created our beautiful and very unique self-access learning center came from Kanda originally. So a lot of these teachers are going back to showcase the self-access learning that we created here at Sojo.
And you guys are really making me wish that I had been able to find a way to get to PANSIG this year.
Exactly.
I'm hating the fact that I'm not going to be able to be there. Brian, I know that you're going to be there. And also from this podcast, Robert Dykes is going to be there. He absolutely has to be there, though, because he's the chair of the conference this year, isn't he?
That's right.
He is.
All right. Well, that's going to be outstanding. We would like to recognize the sponsors who are helping to allow PANSIG to welcome all the people that it does and feature these SALC showcases. We have ABAX and Cambridge University Press, Cengage, National Geographic, Education Trialogue, EduLinks, English Books, English Central, IPD Education Japan, Kinseido, Language Teaching Professionals, Nellie's English Books, Oxford University Press, and Pearson. Is Pearson just Pearson now, or is it Pearson Education?
It might be Pearson Education, but yeah,
Just Pearson.
they're quite a big group. So
Anyway, Pearson, also thank you very much. We've mentioned your name now 3 or 4 times trying to figure out how exactly to mention it. So I hope you appreciate that.
yeah, so of
All
course,
right.
National Geographic's Engaged Learning. So David Kluge, who we interviewed just recently, so of course he's got books that go out through National Geographic, Power Writing, and ABACs. We have this month we'll have the Paul Rain interview. Paul Rain also involved with them, but his company won't be featuring this year. He wouldn't be appearing because he's going to be at Co-TESOL conference. So of course, conferences, if they're too close together or on at the same time, you have to choose one or the other. But I'm sure he'll be back soon at the very next one. But he will be the main sponsor at our own conference, which of course is coming up in July.
Luke, you want to take it away?
Yes, the first presentation will be by our own Bradley Irwin, who is at the Kyoritsu Women's University. The title of his presentation will be Enhancing Peer Feedback Practices in Speaking Classes with Technology. I'm very curious about that one. And it will be followed by an abroad presentation from a presenter from Iceland, Bratislav Bedi, from the Arni Magnusson Institute of Icelandic Studies, supporting student autonomy in L2 Icelandic online classes.
Next, we have Enhancing ESL Speaking Skills with AI, Crafting Mobile-Friendly ChatGPT Prompts. This presentation is by Gary Ross from Kanazawa and Jeanette Dennison from St. Mariana University School of Medicine. And any of you who have been at JALT conferences the last 3 years or so have doubtless seen Gary and Jeanette present on this. The English for Specific Purposes prompts, which are really extremely helpful in working with medical English. And this time, Gary and Jeanette are going to be giving a workshop to help teach people how to create these prompts. Key quote from his abstract is that a well-designed prompt enables students to dive straight into speaking and listening exercises tailored to their needs. And that's the goal. And Gary and Jeanette are going to be talking about that. I'm really interested to hear what they say.
Yeah,
all right, that's great.
That's good.
The following two presentations are with Gilbert Dizon, who happened to be an old co-worker from Tokyo University in Imeji. The first presentation, he will work with Jason Gold from Sagami Women's University and Dr. Ryan Barnes from Nagoya University, and it is AI-related technostress among Japanese EFL university students. And the second presentation that Gilbert will participate into is the one with Ryo Kurose from Kyoto University of Foreign Studies, comparing GLPT and ChatGPT generated reading comprehension items. Gilbert has been very busy lately working with AI. He just released a book at Castledown called Insight into AI and Language Teaching and Learning, and our own Louise Owashi has participated and contributed a chapter in that book.
A couple of years ago, PANSIG was held at Kyoto Sangyo University, which
right.
is where Elizabeth Lavalette works. And her presentation at PANSIG this year is titled Promoting Learner Autonomy Through COIL, Japan-Korea Game Creation Project. That sounds like a really fun presentation. And then
COIL.
moving on to how to stop students using ChatGPT in their writing, if you want to, by John Bankier at Kanagawa University.
That's great. And we have a presentation from Nikan Fuji at Kyoto Notre Dame University using OMT to enhance Japanese EFL students' citation skills. and a presentation also from Olga Lee from the Toyama Prefectural University, Empowering Students' Choices, AI Tools in AI Academic Writings.
So there's another one there for it says AI powered segmental sound training for EFL comprehensibility. So that's by Omar Masood at Meiji Gakuen, which is where Louise used to be at. I think Charlie Brown is at Meiji, and that's along with Bob Sirovich from Teikyo and Yoko Kita from Kyoto Notre Dame University.
That's great.
Yeah, I often sit down to lunch with Omar and Bob at PANSIG whenever I'm there. They always have some fascinating stuff going on. It's really fun. The presentation is likely to be really interesting as well.
Yeah, Bob always asks some good questions at presentations for other people too. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so after Olga, I guess there's going to be Kansai University of International Studies is Jason Beaton. He's doing incorporating MAL, so possibilities for Japanese university practitioners. And then our panelist is Hiroyuki Obari. He's at Globit's Professional University. He's going to be talking about integrating CLIL and AI in English education. Jeff, do you know about that one there?
Well, I don't know how much I know about it, Brian, but because I use CLIL formats in a lot of my seminars and my upper level English classes, I was really interested in what Hiroyuki was planning to do. He's got an interesting quote from his abstract here that the blended learning model that integrates traditional teaching methodologies with AI driven innovations, emphasizing the importance of continuous educator training, is a big part of getting this to work. And I would really love to hear what Hiroyuki's going to say about that, because CLIL in the age of AI has definitely become more challenging. I don't know about you guys, but it certainly is for me.
It is.
I think that the phrase blended learning, like I'm all about the blended learning. I think that CLIL is a perfect partner for that, right? So, you're even blending, like the two languages together.
Absolutely.
So a good one.
I believe some of my personal effort in CLIL learning will be showcased at the SALC showcase, since I work with the computer science faculty in IoT development and AI platform development in English. So
round of applause for Luc right here.
Well done.
Great stuff, man.
You will have a chance to see it. Following with our own Phil Nguyen, he will be presenting about designing poster presentation and teaching with Canva.
Outstanding. And then
Robert Chartrand.
Do you have something more to say about that? Yeah, Phil? Now, Phil is great. He does so much unappreciated work.
And he's a member of the task.
He is.
So actually, Phil does a lot for PANSIG especially. So he's previously been the treasurer, and he holds a lot of things together. So he does quite a lot of stuff with posters. He just recently changed job last year, but Canva's a good one. I use Canva to make our promotional materials for our socials and things like that. So that'd be a good one to get a look at. After that, we've got Robert Chartrand, who previously was our treasurer, became JALT international treasurer, JALT central. So he and Robert Dylan Schneider from GHE Medical University, they're going to be building a corpus for medical students and educators. And we're also going to have after that with Brad Lee, who is he will be the photographer again this year.
Brad and Tim always do an exceptional job with that.
Yeah. So
exactly.
Bradford Lee and Dale Jeffrey. So they're both at Fukui. They're going to do an analysis of language learning app usage and sentiment among Japanese university students.
And then in an independent presentation, not working with Bob Chividovich, Omar Masood from Meiji Gakuen is going to be presenting on exploring ChatGPT's role in first-year ESL writing, skills, confidence, and integrity. And because I like to get my first-year students writing in English language journals, and quite a bit, I'm very interested in what he's going to say. Key quote here would be, despite the introduction of guidelines on ethical AI use, findings highlight gaps in students' understanding and application of academic integrity principles when using ChatGPT. The study also examines challenges such as over-reliance on AI tools and ethical ambiguities, alongside the potential of AI to enhance first-year writing instruction. To enhance first-year writing instruction, the potential of AI for that. Yeah, I'm all over that. I really want to hear what Masood has to say.
I believe the following presentation might be close to that. It will be a presentation by Javier Salazar from the University of Tsukuba. Generative AI is a tool for teaching discourse competence in EFL. Generative AI tools are being used more and more in writing class, like Geoff said. We are doing our own effort at Sozhou University currently. We've talked about it before, so very interesting presentation. I hope you enjoy it.
And next we have Shui Li from the University of Tokyo presenting on harnessing the power of LLM prompting, writer-centered approaches to AI-enhanced EAP writing. I don't think I've seen a presentation by Shui Li before, but I will be hoping to hear about it since I might be going to PANSIG. So one of you guys, please do me well there.
Thank
And
you.
also AI as a mediator in CLIL, Bridging Content and Language Learning by Miguel Campos at Toyo University. This is another one I really wish I could see. I know I'm sounding regretful here, but man, there's just a real slate of great presentations, including a lot from overseas. Brian, which is always a primary interest of yours.
Yeah, so I live a kind of fairly international life. I would think I've lived in a couple of different countries. I spent a year in Beijing in China. But I'm quite interested to go to Hong Kong and to go to Taiwan and go to Korea and things like that. So I'm quite interested. I think we should be more interested in seeing our international presenters that make the effort to come all over from those places. So Grace Lim from Hong Kong Polytechnic University, she's going to do AI empowered interviews for learning and teaching, and she's going to present on benefits and challenges. Scott Aubrey is also he's from Chinese University of Hong Kong. His presentation is the effect of synchronous computer-mediated and face-to-face communication modes on second language learner engagement in collaborative pre-task planning for task performances. So there's quite a lot packed in there. So that's from Chinese University of Hong Kong. And then we've got another presenter from abroad is going to be Soo Young-ung from Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, partnered with Dr. Soo-in Kim from Elise, and they're going to present on Korean English learners, shaping of identities in a technological world. So
It's an interesting one.
Yeah, I think we should maybe try and make extra effort to try and see these presentations.
It really is
quite a distance. Yeah.
Finally, last but certainly not least, let's recognize Stephen Young from PANSIG's host university, Kanda UIS, who'll be presenting on the development of the corpus of academic writing for engineering studies, which has the CAWES, perhaps pronounced CAUSE, acronym there. I can understand what he's probably trying to say, but I am not familiar with the cause corpus, so that could be interesting as well.
Yeah, so there's quite a lot. There's quite a lot to be seen. It's quite a lot to be seen, and that is just really kind of like call related ones, and quite a lot of these people are members. Of course, we'd encourage everybody to join our SIG and come and present in our own conference. And of course, that's our conference coming up in July, but there's also going to be the international conference coming up at the end of October. There's quite a lot on the menu this year to see.
Now, there is a lot going on. All right, everyone, thank you for sticking with us through this long list of excellent presentations by JALTCALL members and call practitioners at PANSIG 2025. We're going to take a quick break here and then come back for the second half of our podcast.
Welcome back. Now let me introduce you to the JALTCALL SIG forum that will be at PANSIG 2025. The theme this year will be applying AI in language education, and our panel will be composed of a few experts that will examine tools, challenges, opportunities, and best practices for effectively integrating AI in language teaching. You will hear speakers such as Louise Ohashi, Gilbert Dizon, Hiroyuki Obari, and Nikan Fuji. With the moderator will be Michael Hoffmeyer, who is the current chair for the JALTCALL 2025 conference. We will also be recording this forum for our podcast, so you will be able to listen to the whole thing online on the JALTCALL website.
The overall theme for the forum this year is current trends in AI and how these technologies may be meaningfully applied in the field of language education. I think that's going to develop a really interesting discussion. Guys, I'm looking forward to hearing this. The structure, we got the four panelists, Louise, Gilbert, Hiroyuki, and Nikan coming in, and they're each going to have about 5 minutes to briefly introduce some recent research of their own that's relevant to AI, to share a few findings that they have. And then Michael is going to ask a few questions about common themes to their research, and then we'll have open question time on the floor from the audience. We're looking to divide it up into 3 vaguely equal 20-minute time periods, but I'm sure that'll be adjusted based on questions or just topics of discussion that might continue and get the panelists talking with each other. It sounds like a really neat opportunity. I'm looking forward to this.
So, Geoff, so you're saying it's 3 lots of 20 because the forums this year are all 60 minutes. They were previously at previous PANSIG. So I guess, look, you said that you'd not been to them before. So normally it would be a 90-minute session. But this year it went for 60 minutes. So everybody's got a 60-minute session to use that they want to do it. So the idea with that is that instead of having just blocks where all of the forums happened at the same time, so the forums are now kind of like spread out, so that hopefully people can get a chance to go to other forums, because the way they had it before, you couldn't go to another forum if you're only in your own one.
That's a lot of good stuff in a more concentrated format.
Yeah, so I guess
it really is.
Robert Dykes is trying to do he's trying to do quite a lot of different things to try and shake up and make things fresh for everybody.
What do you guys think is going to show up in the discussion? Or that might be a little bit difficult to predict because people are going to be bringing their own research projects into it. Let me change the question to, what do you want to see discussed? What would you like to see these panelists bring up in their introductions and in the discussion section of the forum?
I'm definitely interested in like practical ways to do it in class, and maybe some of the hurdles they went over to be able to use these tools in real life settings.
Yeah, applied AI. I think the appliance of it is really, really important for everybody, because there are so many tools. And I think like a lot of people come into the conference, they want to see how somebody has applied it, so that they can emulate that, exactly. I went to a speech back in February. It was actually by a Nobel Prize winner in chemistry. It was actually at Mayo University, and he talked about how applied science is really the only sciences that affect change. So how are people are applying technology to their teaching. I think applications would be really
important. That's something that I'm interested in finding out about too, especially since these chatbots, so many people are discussing the effect that AI is going to have on education and some of the challenges it's made for teaching writing or using essays for evaluation, right? But for language learning, mostly we talk about how chatbots can enable meaningful practice, especially interactive practice when teachers aren't available, or like with Bloom's two sigma problem, when you don't have an expert tutor for kids. Uh, it seems like a lot of us are trying to use these to scaffold and to create those kind of situations for students.
Hmm.
And I would be very interested to see what the people on the panel are thinking about these particular topic or this particular topic. It's not really one. It is one. Yeah, stop me from talking. I don't think I know what I'm talking about right now.
So, Geoff, would you recommend that people come to the forum, like audience members come to the forum with questions ready to ask the panelists?
They should, yes.
Yeah, I'd always recommend people come with questions ready, Brian, for sure. But I would also recommend that they listen really carefully to what's being said, because we're all familiar with the way many students will not really actively listen to a conversation, but instead they'll just prepare for their turn when it's their time to talk.
Mm.
And yeah, hey, I'm guilty of the same thing. When I go to a presentation, awfully often I have a preconceived idea of what I want to talk about or what I want to ask about.
Mm.
And I've been working to break myself of that and listening actively to what is being said, and either reconstruct my question with that in mind or maybe come up with a completely new one. But active
Exactly.
listening, I think, is also a really useful strategy for a forum like this.
Oh, for
What do you
sure.
think?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think
Totally
that,
agreed.
but when people are joining the forum, that if they've never been to a forum before, they don't know what to expect. They're thinking like, do I just go and listen? It's like a lecture. I think like forums should be more interactive. Like the Latin word would be
Mm,
agora. Oh, sorry, the Greek word. The Greek
mhm,
Greek word. The Greek word would
Hmm.
be agora,
mhm.
Agora.
which means
Agora,
open, an open space. You know, like where
the
like
marketplace. Yeah.
voices are to be heard. So I think it would be great for people to get that. And even if people only get to ask one question, remember that's just like a step in the door. So invite people to come in, like and make that first
Hmm.
contact, and then like after the forum, the forum's on a Saturday. Like people will still be there on Sunday as well, or like
Hmm.
talk to people at the events. Like. In the evening as well, so or get somebody's Meishi, get their business card or get their contact, and like try and
Send them an email and start a conversation.
yeah. I
Absolutely.
mean, like it's classed as a social networking, a networking dinner or a networking event.
Hmm.
So we're not there just to see stuff. Like we're just there to meet people and make good connections. Yeah.
Yes. Brian, can you tell me how many beers did you network with at last year's networking event?
Personally, um, personally, I took care of as much as I possibly could.
That's an
Hmm.
awful lot of Meishi right there, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, as you say, Brian, there's absolutely no need for agoraphobia at the Agora of this year's forum. So everybody please come and ask questions, participate, and make contacts, make friends. This is Brian is talking about here. Okay, guys, I think it's about time for us to wrap it up today.
Yep.
How do we
Good stuff.
want to finish off? What are we going to talk about here?
Oh, more. That's plenty.
I think that is plenty.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's
Uh,
great.
yeah, we got a lot of stuff there. A lot of
Did
stuff.
we mention the dates on the forum for May 17, 12:30, 1:30? Is it?
We did not, in fact.
Right. Okay. Okay.
We can add that at the end if we go back and do drop in closing with the information about the forum and the
Well, I mean,
JALT
if you
conference
if
and
you
that kind of
if you
thing.
record it if you record it now, I'll just add it to
Okay.
the
Mm,
edit. So yeah. So mention the day and the time. The building room is building 3, right?
Yep.
mm.
And 202. Maybe encourage
Building 3,
people
room
who
202.
are not presenting at the conference. Like if you find that you're available, like even for one day to come, like
Hmm.
to come along to the forum and to meet people and And remember that we're always looking for people to come onto the podcast
Yes.
and talk about what they've got. And maybe you could mention Paul Rain podcast is coming out in 2 weeks. And so, be alert for that. And then we'll see you all, if we don't see you at PANSIG, you'll hear from us in June in the next podcast.
Brian, you give me any more things I need to remember to mention, you're going to overload my brain, man. So
Sorry.
Let's go. Sorry. All right. And 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for us. Sorry.
Thank you.
And Luke, you take it. Okay.
Ready? Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
If you happen to be at PANSIG 2025 on May 17th, we invite you to the forum. It will be at 12:30 to 1:30 in building number 3, room 202. Geoff, what else should we remind our listener to?
Well, please come to the conference. PANSIG is an amazing conference. Even if you can come for just one day, there'll be lots of exciting stuff to learn on Saturday and Sunday. There are many social events taking place during the conference as well, which are always a lot of fun and a great way to network and meet people. So just come to that conference.
Yes.
But not only that conference. Brian, there's another conference that we want our listeners to come to, isn't there?
Yeah, of course. JALTCALL at the end of July. So we'll hopefully see there. That's also going to be another Tokyo conference. So I guess there's quite a lot of Tokyo or Tokai Kanto area. So there's Chiba in May, and then there's JALTCALL in July, and then there's going to be JALT International in October. So it is a Kanto area extravaganza this year. So hopefully we'll see you at one of them, if not all 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, please come.
And speaking of extravaganzas, our own Brian Gallagher interviewed Paul Rain, and that interview will be released on our podcast in just a couple of weeks. Brian, can you give us a quick take on that, and then we'll finish up today?
Yeah, so of course, Paul, his company Ego AI is the main sponsor for the JALTCALL conference. So yeah, Paul's gonna he explained in his interview all about his systems and his approach, and we talk about his background in JALTCALL and technology, and so yeah, he wouldn't be at PANSIG because he's going to be at CoTESOL this year. But yeah, that interview, tune in for it, and you'll hear lots of good information from Paul himself. It was a good interview.
That'll be great. All right. Thank you, everyone. We would like to remind you that we want to hear from you. If you're working on any special projects, if you want to reach out to other listeners for collaboration, if you want to launch something new, then contact us at program@jaltcall.org and let us help you broadcast your message to everyone. Thank you, everybody, for today. Brian and Luke, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Had a great conversation.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
See you next time.
Later on. Bye.